Hello and welcome to Easenomics. This is Tanmay. Economics is about choices. It is not always about consuming and producing. It is how we use our scarce resources. And sometimes it is about conserving of the limited natural resources that we have. So in this session of Easenomics, we will look into the various characteristics of public goods, government's role in producing it, and why is it often misused and the reason why market fails to remove distortions. So let's explore it. Competitive markets do a good job with resource allocation using market forces, that is, demand and supply. These forces work best when it is a private good, since the producer manufactures according to the existing need in the market. But what happens in the case of vaccination? Just like the market for vaccinations, there are roadways, expressways, flyovers, and footpaths, community park and playgrounds. Do you see any similarities in these goods? They're mostly produced for public interest, for social welfare, and most importantly by government. These are public goods. The definition of public goods are its two characteristics, non-exclusion and non-rivalry. Non-exclusion means paying a lot of taxes to the government does not entitle an individual to special benefits. That is, if a person pays taxes on time doesn't mean he gets extra street light in front of his house, or if a person doesn't, his street is dark. Taxes are used for collective interest. We can't exclude individuals from its benefits. And non-rivalrous consumption means no one has exclusive rights over its consumption. For example, public park. You can use it today, I can use it tomorrow, and it is still available for someone to use it day after, and so on. If a commodity falls in these two criteria, it is most likely that it is not produced by a private firm, no matter how essential it is. Have you noticed? Not all of us pay taxes, but everyone uses the roads, the parks, and the gardens made by the government and local bodies and other public goods. Okay, now let me give you a very relevant example. Have you ever seen people download movies and documentaries from unauthorized sources? They don't sign up for the membership but receive the content for free. That is because such people respond to incentive which says, why pay more when I can get it for free or less? If most of us decide to do this, then we will be worse off. We will all be worse off, and we will not be able to receive the basic amenity like better roads or better bus stands or basic healthcare facilities. These are the group of people in the society who benefit without paying for it. This gives rise to the problem of free rider. Let me give you an example. A group of students receive an assignment. All the members of the group don't necessarily contribute equally. An individual might not do anything at all, but still receives the grade. So the incentive to do what is good for you rather than what is good for the society or for everyone leads to the problem of what economists call tragedy of commons. This is the idea that common goods that everyone has access to often gets misused. For example, a park or a historical place which is open to everyone often gets exploited as is shown in the picture. The root cause of exploitation and environmental degradation is when an individual tries to look only for his or her benefit without the collective interest of the society. This results in overuse, exploitation, and misuse of common property. Such common property that are for collective well-being like national defense, schools are often funded by government. And we all know how government funds for all these services. The government doesn't ask for money, they demand for money in the form of taxes. That is because they know national security, free education, and having better road communication is important for people, that they shouldn't get any chance to opt out from it. But when the market fails to provide these goods, it causes market failure. Market failure often happens in the case of public goods. The first reason of market failure is externality. The problem in common, indefinite, or non-existent property right leads to the problem of externalities. Externalities are market imperfections when external benefits or cost is incurred by individual or society. If they are better off, it is positive externality, and if they are worse off, it is negative externality. Externalities can be both positive or negative. A positive externality is otherwise known as positive spillover effect occurs when a third party not involved in economic transaction benefits from the consumption or production of that goods or service. For example, education. In case of education, there is a positive externality to an individual or population as the educated members make most productive, informed citizens and actively contribute to the society. This is the reason why most governments around the world mandate public education. A negative externality occurs when the third party not involved in an economic transaction is harmed from the consumption or production of that good or service. Another cause of market failure is common property resources. For example, fish in a lake. Anyone can catch it and consume it, but no one has exclusive right over it. Since the lake is a common property, there is no restriction in entry and to catch the fish. The fisherman who catches more fish imposes negative externality on the other. Hence, there is a loss of social gains due to overuse of common property. Let's move on to another cause of market failure. In the perfect competition, which is a form of market structure, the consumer, the producer, and resource owners have perfect knowledge about the market. But in real world, incomplete information due to ignorance and uncertainty on the part of buyers and sellers of the goods causes disequilibrium between social and private benefit or costs. And the last cause of market failure is imperfect markets. Imperfect markets refers to a situation where the characteristics of an economic market do not fulfill all the necessary conditions and hence results in market failure. Market failure is the economic situation defined by an inefficient distribution of goods in the free market. In this video, we learned about the two main characteristics of public goods, the reason behind market failure, and one of them is externality. In the next video, we will look in detail on both the externality and its effect on both production and consumption with the help of a graph. Thank you for subscribing to Easenomics.